no variation in flags. On the Final Four, there's gonna be one flag added into it, but that's basically a random percent through the entire.
And do note that in each of these best of threes, there will be a loser's remorse flag that the runners can elect to add on if they lose their first or second matchup. Because this is a game 1, there currently is no loser's remorse flag on. And those flags are decided before the race begins so that both the runners and the commentary crew know what is going on with the seed.
Oh, we could have our item here for Bulleta. She kills the Snacks.
See, it's the Any Key.
That's a big one. I won't lie, that's probably my favorite item in the game, so that's a good find for her this early into a season.
Bulleta's actually in quite good shape here. Has bow, silvers, white sword, and magic key all in under 15 minutes.
She's kind of in Schrodinger's go mode. I mean, the ladder would be nice. She may need like a flute, but for right now, she's in pretty good shape, as you said. She's gonna do that quick pirouette to get that door open up for her.
I like that. Save the bombs for later on. Now, anywhere that Xarnax was key blocked here in this level 7 and may not have wanted to spend a key, Bulleta can just plow through the door like it's nothing.
To play devil's advocate, that isn't always a good thing. We've seen seeds where having a key has been a kind of not a hindrance, but an unlucky break, I would say. Just given that it sends people where the game doesn't intend them to, but doesn't allow them to.
It is
like if one person's like key blocked, they're gonna go through open doors. Obviously, and we've seen time and time again where sometimes that is the correct path, even though it's not the right path. If that makes sense.
That does, and I think it's just going to mainly depend on how the runners decide to route going forward. I do recall seeing quite a few ladder blocks in this level 7, so I'm not sure if Bulleta will be able to pull everything out of here.
Yeah, but I mean, she's looking for the ladder right now, basically. I mean, I think she'll probably just grab the Triforce and run at this point with that big of a level.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect a full 7 clear, although if you are one of those people that likes to play the off meta, that would be a way to do it. I've not seen on Xarnax's side what the red bubble curse is.
I don't think he got hit by one, so...
I mean, I imagine a lot of runners are okay with just never seeing what that curse is, as Xarnax finds his Triforce in level 4.
Yeah, we see a bait block in level 7 that's absolutely useless. Up in the nose of the lizard.
And Bulleta gets her Triforce out of 7. I do expect she will just leave here.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a Y-force. But yeah, I think she'll take off for now, too.
With the item loadout she has, there's no reason to go dig a First Quest 7 right now. Although she is coming back this way. Candle purchase.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good place. Now she can start burning the bush and probably got dead woods first. Xarnax fighting level 5, so Xarnax is cooking. But the question is, will he get back to level 1 anytime soon to get those silvers? And will he need them?
And Bulleta finds level 9. We are getting a... Oh, go ahead.
As I said, there's a 50-50 chance that those silvers won't even be needed anyway? Question mark?
In before Goma blocks the path to Zelda.
I had a meat block Zelda tonight. That was fun.
Meat block Zelda is always hilarious to see because you're like, really? I gotta go get this now? Fine, I'll go get the meat.
Thankfully, it's a seed where I was doing first half 1 through 6. Sorry, second half of 1 through 6, so I had the meat for level 3 anyway that I didn't use.
That is something to point out, is that level 3 in Second Quest does have a meat block in it, and because of the way that level 3 Second Quest is shaped, it's, I'd say, pretty often you're going to find that there is a meat block to get deep into level 3.
Bulleta's going back to check that cave that she died at up here in Death Mountain. And she may dig. She does have 6 bombs.
You know what else we have? Well, let's do a quick look at the levels we've seen. We've seen 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. We're still missing 3 and 6. We could still need a recorder, raft, power bracelet, especially given its second quest.
Yeah, so far nothing blocked by the power bracelet or the recorder that we know of. Which is odd for a Second Quest overworld.
Looks like Bulleta will opt to do a little bit of Death Mountain here. I want to say we have Book to Understand the Old Men on.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Wark! Bulleta trying to force a bomb, but ends up getting a forced 5er instead. And with Coast item as Heart, and a Boomerang as the White Sword item. Man. This seed is very much giving the appearance of a non-Heart Shuffle seed right now.
It'll be interesting to see when Xarnax realizes that Heart Shuffle is indeed on.
A bomb shop on Death Mountain for Bulleta. She needs a couple more rupees to be able to buy those bombs, but she might be able to get some off of some drops here, which would give her enough to go ahead and do more of Death Mountain. Or just get a bomb pack.
Well, I know bills are out.
And she gets a good forced bomb, too.
Using more banana food.
Work. Gonna go ahead and get herself up to 6 hearts. That guarantees her the White Sword item. We know at this point that she's probably not going to take it, but she does not know what it is.
So far, though, Death Mountain not really doing much for her.
Yeah, Death Mountain's a weird one because it's very dense in terms of item locations. Or in terms of cave locations. But if there's nothing up here, it's a gigantic time sink.
It's kind of like the 1Q7 of the overworld.
Yep. Bonus points when 1Q7 is on Death Mountain.
I mean, you at least want something up here. Mags, or at least something to come up here for.
Even a large secret in the Second Quest overworld might be enough.
That's the Westest Mountain full bust. Xarnax on back to start. See if he heads up towards the Death Mountain area also. Won't be happy with what he finds.
I'm curious as to when, knowing Bulleta hasn't seen it yet, if Xarnax is going to go back into 8 at all, knowing that it's 2 potential items and it's a 1Q8.
I would definitely clear a 1Q8 before a 2Q8.
Oh yeah. I'd probably honestly clear a 1Q8 before a 2Q7 even.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, for me, it kind of depends on what the enemy set is. I would do a 1Q7 with Stalfos before a 2Q8 with Wizards.
I think I could see that. There's a lot of things in this game that are very situational. Except for 1Q1. Thinking 1Q1 is almost universally a good idea.
Now, the real question is 2Q4 or 1Q7? Which one's worse?
1Q7 all the way.
See, I would say 2Q4.
The thing with 2Q4 is 2Q4 has 2 items in it, 3 if you have Heart Shuffle on. It is technically smaller than 1Q7 by a couple rooms. And unlike 1Q7, it has more than 2 bomb walls. Those are my points in favor of 2Q4.
But I'm doing some extremely impressive bomb counting.
Absolutely. And total bust on Death Mountain.
Yeah, full blank up on Death Mountain for Bulleta. That's unfortunate. Xarnax is kind of following that same path though, so Xarnax will probably do the same thing if they're in most of the stuff.
And a time advantage disadvantage for doing one thing over the other does not matter if both runners do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to make the Death Mountain clear any faster. You're going to spend the bombs, you're going to check the caves. It's going to be what it is.
There are certain things you can do to make your overall batting more efficient, but Death Mountain is one of those. Go up there with a power bracelet and recorder if you can, elsewise just do it.
Bulleta doing kind of the awkward part of high roll up the center now. Going to do burn row and then head up towards vanilla 1.
The weird thing about Central Hyrule is, honestly, the vanilla start area is one of the harder places to route in.
Amazing offer in chat, bringing up a good point. Also, the Death Mountain clear is generally bomb intensive, so you have to be able to count bombs, especially with the asset quest over. Or get the lucky Lionel bailout like Bulleta did.
Or get bailed out by a bomb shot. That is also an option. I'm starting to think we're going to have a power bracelet recorder block.
Yeah, it's definitely looking that case. And then we saw some cheap meat for 60. Not a bad price for the meat.
No, not at all. Yeah, I think at this point, if Bulleta finds 1Q8, she'll probably just go ahead and dig it. It's gonna have 3 items. There's a good chance of recorder or raft or whatever she needs to keep going to the seed being in there. Xarnax does get the bomb force, so he'll be able to keep going on Death Mountain.
So that's a kind of minor advantage. Kind of minor, but kind of more than minor advantage that Bulleta has right now. She knows that Heart Shuffle is on, whereas Xarnax is still thinking that's off, I think. I don't think he's seen any kind of proof that it's on or not yet. So that's kind of a good advantage on her part.
Well, considering he saw nothing but hearts on the floor in the dungeons he's been to, a heart on the coast, and a boomerang as a white sword item, that would be that's a pretty strong indication that Heart Shuffle is not on. This is all assuming silvers are required.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a case, like you said, that we can get into level 9 and just say, oh, hi Zelda, how you doing? And just finish it off.
Bulleta finds level 6 at the Vanilla White Sword location. And this is where that 0 HP enemies is going to be very helpful.
Always nice to have a map, even if you know what level you're in.
Especially in second quest, because it can make tracking the stairs and the dungeons easier. Double river room, so she won't be able to go down that way without a ladder. And I like that she is pushing the walls, remembering the second quest doors. Xarnax misses his bomb force because the Dark Nut turned.
Jerks.
You know, I thought it was a Guerrilla exclusive thing that they just do the one-frame turn constantly, but I'm pretty sure it's just every enemy in this game does that.
We do know that our level 6 is going to be fully ladder blocked, though. So we need our ladder for sure.
I think that would be more reason to dig a 1Q8.
3 items, I'd still clear a 1Q8 regardless, personally.
I think if it's like... I think it depends... Much like the 1Q7, 2Q4 debate on the enemy set. If it's... Yeah, she can clear a 1Q8, but it's 14 HP blue witch webs the whole way. You might be less excited about that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm talking about the specifics here where everything's going to go down with the sneeze, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, even in this, 1Q7 is just a matter of traversing rooms and less about doing the combat to clear stuff. And it's kind of interesting that so far the difference of any key has not proven to be that impactful, as neither runner's really invested a lot of time in dungeons yet.
Bulleta heading back to the grave area. Interesting call. I don't know what she's going to be looking for over here. I thought she cleared it all out. She could be going to the any road, though, to go up to the upper east side.
That could be. And if that's the case, that is faster to do it that way than to literally hoof it across the entire world.
Yeah, given this pathing, I think that's what she's doing. I think she's going to hop into the any road momentarily.
So, one question that you may think about as you're playing through the seed is, you know that Boomstick is on, and you know that there's a 50% chance of Red Ring at 9. If you're going to buy one of the two, do you prioritize the Boomstick or the defense?
In this circumstance, squishy enemies, I would get the Boomstick, just so you don't have to worry about bombs anymore. Boomstick is, in this case, also the map, as well as understanding old men. So it has a lot of power to it, outside of just the combat. So I think the Boomstick would be, the book buy would probably be more helpful. Given that enemies are squishy, it kind of takes the combat element away from it. Amazing after us bring up another good point that Red Ring might not even be in level 9, so that we do have the heart shuffle on.
That's right. Plus, we've seen the... Oh, hello. Level 8 is fully ladder blocked for the items. So 6 is ladder blocked, 8 is ladder blocked. If we have a blocked level 3, our ladder is going to either be in Second Quest 4 or First Quest 7.
Ooh, that'd be a fun thing to do, is find the floor in level 7, because everyone wants to do that, don't they?
I think this would be the point where you go ahead and just bite the bullet and do 2Q4, knowing that 7 tends to be very restrictive on motion.
I don't think Bulleta's seen 2Q4 yet, though.
She has not. The other thing to consider about 2Q4 is the life or money rooms. All one of them.
I guess that kind of goes back to how you feel with combat and defense in a 0 HP seed. Yeah, stuff is going to die quick, so health isn't that big of an issue. I'd probably give up life first. Even before money, really, in a second quest overworld.
This is all assuming that 3 is blocked. 3 could very well just be here on the south coast, and then you don't need to get Recorder or Raft or anything. Bulleta has found 2Q4. Although Xarnax might have seen this entire coast, so it's pretty likely now that 3 is blocked.
Yeah, I mean, if he's done 4, he's had it done coast unless he saved out for some reason, but I don't see that that's happening.
To answer the question in chat, neither runner has bought bait yet. Depending on how the items work out in the seed, they may still not need to. And where the Triforce in 3 is specifically. Bulleta might be trying to set up a forced bomb here. Does get the walkthrough.
That's why I hate level 4, especially in Second Quest. Somebody just walk through full crap wall.
It could be worse. It could be the one bombable wall in 7 that sometimes shows up that you don't ever expect because 7 normally doesn't have one in Second Quest.
True. Xarnax trying to deliver the news that Death Mountain was basically useless. Until that's hard there to have something.
Oh, hello. Here's a potential staircase room with the Goma in it. Bulleta will be able to clear this out now. Xarnax could not because he does not have the wooden arrows. But it's nothing.
Can you imagine if they actually had, like, our ladder? That would have been very interesting.
Well, here's an item room. Let's see, it is...
level 4. We have loot.
That is a very good find. Especially with how little overworld they have left and level 3 still missing.
And it could also automatically send her to level 3, given that it's one of the ones that she hasn't beaten yet. If that flag is on.
Recorder to Unbeaten Dungeons is a very interesting flag. Yes, it makes the recorder more powerful early, but it also makes you have to strategize which dungeons you want to get your Triforces out of when. Because if, let's say, level 9's off in the middle of nowhere on Death Mountain, and the only fast way to get to it is to whistle to a dungeon, you want to put that dungeon off as late as possible for its Triforce. Xarnax will now finish off Death Mountain, as he had intended to earlier. We'll buy the wooden arrows. Not a bad purchase.
No, not at all. We have seen Gomas already, so that's hopeful. At the very worst. $100 bomb upgrade gonna pass your friend.
Probably going to be the vanilla 4 bombs. I don't recall where the Triforce was in this level 4, but I do know Xarnax obtained it.
He wasn't here long, so I want to say it was close to the start section, but I'm not positive either.
Good bomb there from Bulleta to get both the wall and the Dodongo in the explosion. Xarnax is now back in level 8. And good news, no super handlers today.
I mean, good news from certain perspectives. It's always fun to see the thief manhandle if you're the viewer.
The thing I dislike about the super handlers is forcing bombs on them does not work as nearly as easily.
Oh, okay, so that's where the Triforce was. One room to the left and one room straight north. So that's why he was there so little.
Yep. Xarnax is going to find his ladder block. Based on the way Bulleta is moving, looks like Swordless is our bubble curse.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the case. That's probably the best of the 3 options at the moment.
And Xarnax off lock on his control.
Bulleta leaves that room, hits an orange bubble, and goes right back into the blue one again. If it behaves.
Respawn manipulation!
And she has silver, she doesn't need it.
She is going to go ahead and pick up this Triforce. I don't know if she comes back in immediately or goes and cashes in her recorder.
It's a long walk if it's not what it should be. Yeah, she's gonna stay here.
Xarnax might be looking to go back to level 7 here.
If there was a guarantee that, no, she's gonna save. Interesting.
Xarnax is actually going to 2. Let's see.
That
Interesting.
No, that's second quest 8. So it's beaten dungeons of the second quest, I think.
No. That was one screen to the left of second quest 8. This is new dungeon locations, and it's unbeaten dungeons.
That's huge for Bulleta then. Yeah, you're right.
Ladder's probably here in 5, which is a dungeon I didn't even think about when considering ladder place options. She now knows she's ladder blocked out of 8, 6, 3. Leaving 5 and 7 is the only options, and between 2Q5 or 1Q7, 2Q5 makes the most sense to dig.
Yeah, 2Q5 is definitely the place to be at the moment, I think.
Now, this is also assuming that we don't have any required dig doggers. If there's a required dig dogger, that will also mean the recorder's required.
Well, Bulleta has a recorder though, so that's okay.
Yep.
For her, anyway.
What a nasty 5. Your options are to damage boost through a trap room or have the ladder to get into the north portion. To answer the question in chat, Bulleta did only get 1 item out of level 4.
Yeah, she has a staircase and a floor item. So.
Yep, she bounced after getting the, Here's a potential floor item in 5. It's a Triforce. Recorder's required. That's huge for Bulleta, actually, that the recorder is required.
We have a Goma also. I think there's going to be another drop mission somewhere.
Xarnax is now heading back to 2Q4.
Got his any key, so he's probably happy about that, but still. He has a bunch of things he has to find now, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if he still knows that Heart Shuffle is on yet.
I don't think he does, because out of everything he's seen so far, it's still been hearts on the floor.
Bulleta could be locked out of 5 now. I want to say she might need ladder for hero.
There is a way around that ladder block in the far north portion, if you are willing to tank a trap to get across that moat room.
Yeah, she's gonna get full HP, then probably go back in.
Definitely a good call. And Xarnax will find the transport. Bulleta will find the Pole's voice. And we did see Xarnax buy the wooden arrows. He's going to cash them in here.
Yeah, we saw Bulleta kill that one and didn't do anything.
And a heart on the ground in 5. Xarnax about to pick up his recorder.
This could be our item in 5. It is not just transport.
And it just leads back to where she already was. So she's gonna have to face tank that, Fujima, what's it?
Yeah, the trap.
The trap room, which...
That's a fairy. That might help her out a little bit.
Also note that, logically speaking, face tanking a trap room to get to the ladder can be required.
Oh, it's definitely required. It's never fun, but it can definitely be needed.
Bulleta is going to leave 5.
I don't think she's seen the white sword item, so she could have that in mind also.
True. And searching out that white sword item generally isn't a bad thing if you're thinking it's going to be necessary.
You know what she might be doing? She has a potion prices, okay.
I don't think that's a bad idea to go ahead and open the potion shop up if you know you're not going to be purchasing much of anything else. Xarnax is going to go deeper into the level 4.
I don't think Bulleta did this northern portion of it.
No, she did not that I recall seeing, but she might go back in? Nope. She's going to go past it.
Yeah, she's checking fluid spots now. We have our item here for Xarnax, though, and it is... Oh,
the ladder. That's big for Xarnax. So now if Ganon is not required, Xarnax has a significant lead over Bulleta. Because I don't know when she's going to go back to that level 4.
She doesn't have much of her left, so it might not be that far along. So right now she's basically down to 2 and 4. Sorry, 4 and 7. In her mind, anyway.
And with how much of 4 she's seen, it would still probably be faster to go check both items in 4 than it would be to do 7.
Exactly.
Xarnax will be the first runner into level 3. Yeah, if he remembers which spot opens. That one. Alright, moment of truth. Early bait blocked. And another heart on the ground. If you're rooting, you want Xarnax to find double heart in here. Red ring on the floor. That's... Wait, no, actually, that doesn't... That only tells him that silvers can be outside of 9. That doesn't tell him it's heart shuffle.
Exactly. That's probably one of the worst things he could have found there.
Yeah.
Not because of the fact that it's red ring, but just because it doesn't give him any extra knowledge.
If anything, it just tells him that, okay, I might need to now go dig first quest 7 for one item. Because silvers could be in there now.
I'm not super sure what Bulleta's looking for other than maybe the white sword item.
I think that is what she's looking for, because she has not seen that yet, and I don't... She seems hesitant to want to go redig dungeons while that's still out at large. Xarnax would probably be the first... Oh. Xarnax will probably be our first runner into level 9.
Where was the white sword item?
It was up in the northeast. I want to say one of the potion shops up there. Bulleta should find that pretty quick when she goes to do all those area, and then she'll probably go back to TQ4. We are looking at a potential 7 hearts on the ground and 1 heart floor item situation.
Commentator's curse.
I mean, knowing our luck, he'll probably find, like, Blue Boomerang and Book at 9. Oh, wait, no, Book's in the shop. Blue Boomerang, Magic Shield at 9. Oh, wait, no, we've already seen the Blue Boomerang. It's on the old man. Raft?
Important items can be a 9, so it's possible.
Yeah, Raft and 9 could be interesting. Bulleta's still looking for that white sword item.
So while we have a little bit of downtime, if you guys are liking what you're seeing, please give both of our guys a follow. We have Bulleta and Xarnax42. Our track behind the scenes today is Imasock, and of course follow my co-commentator also.
Also follow my co-com Dark Falls, as he's an admin for this tournament and doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff to keep this thing running, as well as our restreamer CD and Prob and the Randomizer family of channels. Who, in spite of my insistence, Bulleta and CD and Prob are not the same person.
No, they're quite different.
Bulleta may actually go back to 5 and do this dig that Xarnax is doing now because she's already down here, but I'm pretty sure the white sword item is her main goal right now. But the other interesting side of this coin is that Xarnax, if Ganon's required, will be looking for items in level 9 and then have to start coming back to dungeons. Bulleta can just go mode everything as soon as she finds that white sword item and realizes, okay, now I need to go get a ladder if she goes to 4.
And right now, I guess she is closer on the map to 4 than 7 also, so she's running out spots that she hasn't checked.
Yeah. I think she will... Also, if I remember correctly, the white sword item's like right up here, so she'll find it soon. Then she'll be hopefully on her way back to 4.
This is probably one of those expletive deleted moments once she sees it.
Perhaps.
I forget where it is though.
I want to say it's like 2 screens over, and then 1 up.
Bulleta playing in the HUD.
You know, I've still never done a HUD clip. Yeah, I want to say it was this screen right here. There it is. The blue boomerang of justice.
She's probably just like, ah, man.
And at this point, I think she will need to go back to dungeons because there's nothing left that she needs. She knows where all the dungeons are. She just knows she's got to find it. Maybe she's looking for a little bit extra money too, but...
She's fluting somewhere. She is going to... what was that? That was sick.
She probably meant to flute to 5. That's 3.
Yeah, she doesn't know where she can flute to at the moment. Neither one of them are really going to help her.
Oh, she's gonna go check this spot for something. Raft in 6. And I think at this point she will go ahead and go to 4.
She could water up around to it. That'd probably be the fastest way to get over there.
Yeah. But she is checking every spot on the overworld. Maybe she's looking to buy the boomstick, or the book.
I'm wondering if she's not realizing that it's unbeaten dungeons and she's looking for level 3.
Or if she got the level 2 and 3 Triforces mixed up. But I think she's out of overworld spots now. Xarnax is now going to come back to level 7. And Bulleta's going into level 7 to look for the ladder.
I'm a suck. I bring up a good point that I'm an idiot and that she cannot world her up because she has no ladder.
This dig is going to be painful for Bulleta because there's nothing in here besides maybe one that she'd want.
I mean, it's not going to cost her time because Xarnax is doing the same thing.
Right, but she still has to go back into 6 and 3 and get those Triforces, which she will be able to just run in and grab them. She doesn't have to worry about searching for items in those dungeons. For her sake, hopefully the dungeon items are quick. And again, if Ganon is still required after all of this, then those silver arrows will be a big help.
Yeah, I think that would kind of be about as saving grace at this point, would be Ganon being required.
I don't know if she thinks she might think she's ladder blocked in 4, and that's why she hasn't gone back. Of course, if 7 is heavily ladder blocked, that'll force her back into 4 regardless. Which, it looks like that whole south portion is going to be ladder blocked through the Chevy room. No, it's Magic Staircase. Interesting.
I mean, we do have level 9 coming up, and 9 is always fun.
And it's a first quest 9, so if Xarnax is going to be looking for items in there, that's a lot of staircases. Although they are in the same room at this point.
I'm curious if she just came back here because it was closer to her than 4.
It could be that. It could be that she came back here thinking she was ladder blocked out of 4. There's a couple of different options as to what it could be. I don't expect Xarnax will dig for the item here in 7. Ooh, that's actually good for Bulleta. She's ladder blocked out of the rest of the dungeon.
She's going back in, though.
Well, she didn't go through that one bomb wall that's going to lead to the Chevy room. When she goes south of this room and then goes left, she's going to see that she is, in fact, ladder blocked and has to leave. And Xarnax has his full Triforce.
Now the huge question is, is Ganon required or not?
And then the other question, is Ganon required by sheer virtue of there's no other way to get to Zelda or not?
Yeah, I mean, the Freudian Ganon.
He could be required by sheer virtue of, I'm just blocking the path. Alright, Bulleta now knows she has to go to 4. Triforces in 3 and 6 weren't that far from the start locations in either. I mean, 6 was kind of deep, but 6 wasn't terrible to dig anyway.
And 3 is tiny, so...
And she'll get the red ring, because it's directly on the path.
I mean, she does have only a handful of screens to look for in level 4, too, so...
Yeah. So, Dark Falls, would you care to explain what the runners are looking for, or listening for in this level 9?
So, basically, for this particular level 9, we know Silver's aren't here, but he's could be looking for him. He's going to be looking for Zelda, because he could just happen to wander into Zelda's room, and there she is. There's always the possibility that we'd be looking for a roar of Ganon, which we'll hear from one room adjacent to wherever we are. If we get that roar, we know where the pig is, but we can't kill him until we got silver, so it's Xarnax would have to go back to level 1 for it. So right now, this level 9 is kind of open. On that path, we'll be looking for a single shutter door that does not open, but now the enemy is clear. If we see that, we know Ganon's required, and we need some silver arrows.
And that is the one thing that Bulleta would want to see is a required Ganon in this seed. Which is going to go north. I want to say the ladder was like 1 north of this room or something. It was pretty quick after.
Yeah, she's right around it.
And we hear the roar of Ganon as Bulleta is going to get her ladder.
Alright, there it is. Now,
There's a
Bulleta
can of fire on it.
So she'll be able to flute both 2, 6, and 3. So she won't end up walking anywhere.
And I think she knows by now that it's going to be Whistle to Unbeaten Dungeons. Although she takes the hit, not going to help her much. Xarnax did buy the bomb upgrade. And Bulleta wants to do 3 first. I can't say I blame her, as 3 is relatively consistently doable swordless.
I'm gonna check out the red ring, which will be nice for her. We'll go to metal slime mode.
Now, also bear in mind that even though Xarnax is having a bit of an exploration advantage in 9, Bulleta could take a different route that leads her right to where she needs to go. Xarnax finds the wand in 9. That's 1 item down. Ooh, that's... If we go with the theory that Xarnax is not aware that it's Heart Shuffle because everything so far in Dungeons has been hearts on the ground, if the second item in 9 is not a heart, I think Xarnax goes to 7.
Yeah, because I mean, that'd be the next staircase item he would have to find.
Does he go back to 7 even if this item is a heart? Because he hasn't seen a heart in a staircase yet. At least I don't think he has.
I don't think he has either. And Bulleta's done with 3. And 6 wasn't long either, so this could be very interesting, guys.
I think no matter what, he goes back to 7 first if he finds he needs to get silvers.
This palette of level 9 is hard on the eyes.
Yeah, it's not the best. This, again, is all assuming Ganon's required. If Ganon's not required, then, well, anyone's guess.
I can never get the north-south ladder clip.
Yeah, I always have to do it horizontal just because it's, to me, the visual cue is easier to see.
Same. Yeah, I can only do it on the right side of the room for some reason. I can't do it on the left.
Xarnax wants to see if the shutter door opens, because this could be Zelda to the north of us. Oh, Ganon's required. Now it gets interesting for Xarnax. Bulleta finds the hot dogs in level 6. Well, if you look at it from Xarnax's perspective, his options are go dig, first quest 7, dig 9, which you're already in, which could still have the silver arrows, or just YOLO gamble that heart shuffles on and start looking for floor items in dungeons you've already cleared.
I mean, right now, logically, his play is to go to level 7. I mean, that's the smart logic, considering that's the only one he hasn't really seen much in.
Yeah, because I think this dig in 9, I can see it from the standpoint of, well, silvers can be a 9, important items in 9 could be off, but he's already seen all the important items, except bow. He has not seen bow yet. We have not seen where the actual bow is. So he could be thinking bows in level 7 and silvers have to be a 9 by process of elimination.
Alright, well, Bulleta is heading to 9.
This is where the silver arrows that we saw, what, like 10 minutes, if that, into the seed, now become a huge swing factor back into Bulleta's favor. I do expect she will take a fairy heal before she goes into 9, because it's right there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she's gonna stop there first. But we don't have Metal Slime, we have Magma Slime.
Good old Magma Slime.
No, it looks like she's going straight in. I think she's just banking on the fact that 0 HP enemies and she doesn't really care about life at the moment.
Well, she has a red ring.
That too.
Wazminder's actually very well equipped going into this level 9.
Yeah, basically identical payloads.
And Bulleta has a potion, which I didn't see she picked up somewhere, so she's fine. She need not worry about her health. At least in game. To answer the question in chat, is the piano fight required? Yes. We have seen a shutter door that does not open after the enemies were cleared. It was a sheet room on the left side of 9.
Question is, how long will it take for Bulleta to find both Zelda and Ganon?
Well, given that Bulleta doesn't have to worry about leaving 9 ever, which, oh, by the way, they're in the same room. Given Bulleta doesn't have to worry about that, nor does she have to worry about, like, the only reason she'd have to leave 9 is for bombs.
I like what Bulleta did there. She left the room to see if Ganon was masked by that Patra.
But she finds Ganon.
Alright, how many hits for the pig, Elsa?
8. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
yep.
I kind of answered after she hit him once, so that doesn't count.
Okay, well, we don't have a squishy pig.
But between a potion, red ring, I don't think she's going to die in this fight. She is going ahead and potioning up. Very good idea. Xarnax has found the path to Zelda.
Which means Bulleta's close to it.
And Xarnax's window of opportunity is closing relatively quickly. I do like checking north of Ganon first, because that's very much a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to try to go north if possible, just 'cause that's how Surprise Zelda typically works, is you'll wander northwards and you'll just happen to find into her room, especially if she's in her.
And bear in mind, folks, in 99.9% of Siege, you will see Zelda in her normal room if Ganon is in his normal room, but it is not 100%. It is possible for Zelda to be in some rando room. Now, given we've only seen a shutter door that goes in from this... Given we've only seen a shutter door that'll let you in from the south, she's probably in her vanilla room. But... had to be said.
It's always like a nerve-wracking feeling when you walk into a room and you see a single shutter door and it doesn't open.
Like this. And then the door closes behind you and you're like, oh, okay. Well, it wasn't going to be here anyway. But I do like that Bulleta is following the go north as much as you can philosophy. Xarnax still not finding that second item in level 9. Also, kind of convenient that Wand was a 9 and a boomstick seed.
Yeah, I mean, that's always fun.
At least they found out before buying the book instead of after.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them bought it, actually.
Actually, I think overall the runners really didn't buy much of anything. Xarnax bought wood arrows, Bulleta bought a candle, and that's about it. Nobody bought meat.
I think Bulleta did buy a potion, but that's about it, yeah.
I thought she took one out of Take Any, but...
No, that's
she might have
possible,
bought
too.
one, you're right. Well, she did turn in the letter to the potion shop, so she very easily could have bought one, given that she didn't need to buy anything else, ever. Pretty much. Again, there was that candle at the start, but... buying a candle is one of those things that... if you find a candle shop early, it makes sense. If your first candle option is a heart cave, you probably just take the candle out of there.
Xarnax getting level 9, just not having any luck finding that second item, and he's going to be quite disappointed when he does.
Yeah, I think because of what we've seen, even if the second item's a heart container, wait, no. Actually, the heart container is the coast item, that's right. If he sees the second heart, he will know Heart Shuffle's on.
Look at that coverage on his map, though. That's a level 9.
He just has to go to the lower right corner to have the complete 9 mappage, and then he can go be a cartographer. Bulleta's going to see the door.
Then it opens up, she's like, oh, well, oh shoot.
Time to find the workaround. But now that she has a positive idea on where she needs to start heading, she's actually going to find the path.
And that will do it.
Bulleta will rescue Zelda, and she will take first place with an official time of 1:09:21.
Awesome race by both runners. Just a lot of fun to watch. Bulleta just making that early play to get into level 1 and getting those silver.
Choosing to say, okay, let me go dig this floor item out. If it's a heart, it doesn't cost me anything, and if it's not a heart, I know Heart Shuffle's on. And it turns into silvers. And we will have Bulleta joining us in the chat. However, she currently does not have a mic, so we will have her through the chat. And Xarnax finds a heart. He now knows that Heart Shuffle is on. And I think that heart in 9 is the only heart that was shuffled.
Yeah, I think Xarnax a little confused as to what's going on now.
Yeah. Which I imagine he would be, seeing no heart shuffle up to this point, and then a single heart. He's gonna get his ghost heart. But now what does he do? He's going back to 5. Well, did he ever see the stair item in here?
I don't think so. Up in that northern part of the map, we had to sneak past the trapper.
Yeah, he might not have seen the stair item in here, so he might be thinking, okay, well, let's go to 5, get that stair item, and... yeah. The dream heart shuffle, 7 floor hearts, 1 item. So this is the part where somebody shouts redacted language at me for commentator's curse, right?
Yeah, I think you might want to avoid Xarnax when he comes in here eventually.
Well, he doesn't have to know that I said that until after the fact, and then he can send me horrible hate mail, which I'll probably just ignore. Ish. Well, here's the stair item in 5. It is... the red candle. That was the item I was forgetting about. Does he go to 7 here? I'm guessing 7 has the bow based on process of elimination.
Yeah, I think it kind of has to at this point.
Which would have been interesting if the runners didn't start with it, because they would have had to go back for that after 9. Because I imagine neither of them would have dug 7 for the bow unless they knew it was required, which I don't think there was a bow block besides Ganon and the Seed. Looks like he is going to 7.
I mean, that's the logical play, because he doesn't know Heart Shuffle's on.
Yeah. Although he might be, like... he might also be thinking the seed's bugged. We have not seen the regular boomerang either.
Yeah, we haven't... What was it? What did you say? We haven't seen the red candle?
We haven't seen the red candle. We have seen the regular boomerang. I just forget where it was. Maybe they started with it. We have not seen the physical location of the bow.
I think someone's gonna have the red candle and the bow.
We have seen the red candle. It was in 5.
Oh, okay.
And I want to say that we've already seen the floor heart in 7, and it was a heart. But we have not seen the floor item in 4. Nor have we seen the items in 8.
Yeah, 8 has 3. Yeah, you're right.
So we're missing a magical shield, we're missing a heart, we're missing bow, and we're missing boomerang. 3 of those will be in 8. I wonder if Xarnax goes to 8 before he goes back to 1. Which, I'd actually argue it would have been better to go to 8 instead of 7 if you were looking for silvers anyway, because it's 3 items versus 1. Yeah. Xarnax got the white sword in 1 and left, presuming no heart shuffle. And has not been back since. You know, whenever I see the Stalfo sprite moving, I keep thinking it's playing the drums.
This level 7 is rude.
Oh, you can bomb through that wall. Awesome.
I mean, 1Q17 does have some bomb walls.
I think it has 5 total.
Alright, here is our item, and... I didn't catch what it was, but he was not pleased by it.
I didn't catch it either. I'm just going to assume that it was the magic shield. Until we're getting information that it was the bow in level 7. Which would have been useful had he not started with it. He's going right back to 4. He's not even thinking about 8.
Well, didn't he get both items in 4 though?
He got the 2 stair items. I don't think he got the floor item.
Yeah, but I still don't think he knows Heart Shuffle's on.
He considered 8. going to 4, I think. Wait, no. Now he's going to 8. He's going to 8. He's going to a dungeon, folks. That we know. We know he's going to a dungeon. For his sake, hopefully hopefully the 8 heart is shuffled into a stair so that he's very much aware that heart shuffle's on. This is the definition of a nightmare seed for heart shuffle, to be honest. To answer the question in chat, we started with 1 Triforce piece. It was the one out of level 2.
Well, there's the compass. Thanks, game, I guess.
If the compass pointed you to the items, it'd be helpful. Sometimes.
This is
Other times.
We have a staircase, and we have a staircase.
Even when it's level 8, the game still finds a way to troll the runners.
We have another potential push block here.
Nope.
Oh, wall master.
Oh, maybe.
Almost got
Nope.
wall mastered.
And it's a shield.
Now, I know he's a proponent of the big shield, so I'm a little surprised he didn't pick that up, but yeah, I guess he's kind of annoyed right now.
Well, he also has red ring, white sword, and squishy enemy, so he might just be thinking, meh.
True. Checks the wall master. He almost got wall master again.
This level 8 is full of the one wall master. It's great. Finds the other end of the transport. Probably just taking it to get back a little quicker. Here's the weird room from 7.
The best thing that happens is if he kills this Goma and it drops when it's not a heart.
Yeah.
Or can just drop nothing.
Wait, this game has item drops?
One would think. We never did see Max.
Last
We cleared like all of the overworld. Bulleta, did you see Mags?
It's Dig Dogger, everybody's favorite boss to hate until you find the recorder. And according to Bulleta, magical sword was in the open cave in the desert. Xarnax finds a heart on the floor.
Man.
It's literally 7 floor hearts, 1 item on the ground, and it's the silver arrows.
What a rude seed.
This would be the kind of seed where you just hate everything because you're like, oh, heart shuffle is off, I'm good, and then it's like, oh, no, now I gotta go do all these floor drops again. Although, to be fair, if you're looking for floor drops, you probably just start going smallest to largest dungeon. And because silvers are in 1, It's a good sign. And another heart. So with that, there are 2 hearts that were shuffled. The boomerang is on the floor in some unknown dungeon.
Man, that if you're Xarnax, unless you're going back to 1 though.
He is. It looks like he's going back to 1. I think at this point, with hard shuffle on, you just go to the smallest dungeons and go from there to the larger ones. So then the question. Oh, well, you know what? We never saw the floor. We never saw the floor item in 4. So the floor item in 4 might actually be the boomerang.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which would make it a 6-2 split. And this is the room with them. I'm pretty sure. Yep, there they are.
And he is not pleased.
I can't say I blame him for being upset. I mean, yeah.
I mean, he knows what he has to do now. It's not that far that can be done, so.
And he knows the paths to both Ganon and Zelda.
Did he just look at him or did he pick him up?
I'm going to assume he picked him up based on the fact that he's now going to 9.
It froze on my screen. It looked like he just upped 8 out of him.
Yeah. Last we saw is he was looking at them, probably giving them the stink eye, and now they're on his subscreen. Or his HUD, rather. What an odd seed.
It wasn't even that it was a difficult seed. It was just a weird seed.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Xarnax has Ganon down, or Zelda down in his case. He's gonna go and rescue Ganon. He probably still gets a sub 130.
Oh, definitely. He's only a couple rooms away. He knows the path.
No, he did go the wrong way a little bit. It's gonna be 2 up from here. You know, we never saw the compass in 9.
Alright, and there is Ganon. And Xarnax has finished with a 126 and change.
This seed is a prime example of Heart Shuffle is not on until it is.
I mean, that's almost as bad as the surprise Ganon.
Yeah. And across the board between both runners, only one death. That definitely, that's definitely something that helped both runners out, is not dying.
Yeah, I mean, dying is kind of one of the giant time sinks of the game, so if you can avoid that, it's usually a good thing.
Although sometimes dying puts you on a different path.
This is true. I mean, we've seen races where a lucky death 9 has led the runner to where Garen is. And we do have Xarnax42 with us. GG, my friend. Well played.
Thanks, I guess.
So, Hard Shuffle was not on in the seed until it was.
Yeah, man, it's crazy how much doing one swordless backfire.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the situation where you went to 1 and you got your sword, and then you left. Bulleta went in, and she didn't have bombs to kill the Moldarm, so she grabbed the Triforce and left, found the sword one screen later, then turned around and went back into 1 with the sword, which is what got her to...
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I saw them, I was like, man, that's the story of the seed right there. I mean, that and the fact that I had to operate on the assumption that hearts weren't shuffled until I saw the 1 and 9.
I mean, when you have 6 out of 8 dungeons with floor hearts, that's
that's
logic.
insane.
That's the logic of the seed.
That's just insane.
And the first dungeon you saw was the one that had the heart shovel, so you're not gonna find that until you find the banana in level 4 on the floor, which you never saw because it's level 4, and who's gonna dig floor for 4 for
Right.
I kind of feel responsible.
No,
both because I rolled it, and I also called it was going to be 7 hearts on the ground, 1 item shuffled, and I got close.
Nice. So like you said, silvers in 1 and banana in 4. I did see the banana in 4. I just didn't pick it up. I didn't mark it either. That was dumb. But
that was decent.
yeah,
I missed it.
that was something. And then, I mean, at the time when as soon as I found out Ganon was required, that was probably my hardest decision, was whether or not I wanted to dig 9 for the items, or go back out. And I probably should have. I'll need to look back and figure out what I was thinking. I'm not sure that there was any logical reason to stay in 9.
Well, your options were 9 and 7. Because at that point, I don't think you had... outside of the boomerang in 4, which definitely would have been the clue for Hard Shuffle, but there would have been a plausible reason to say, okay, well, Hard Shuffle's probably not on, and important items probably aren't at 9, so, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, that backfired. There were a whole bunch of things that backfired. This was a really, really rough flag set. I mean, just in terms of randomness, it was, yeah, the 0 HP. I think that's probably going to be my loser's remorse, is turn 0 HP off. Because I feel like I probably have a combat advantage. And I wasn't able to make use of that with 0 HP enemies.
I'll let Dark speak to the that, because I want to say the HP is a drop-down menu.
No, that's fine. That's one of the ones that we're allowing. If you want to change HP.
Yeah, the other one that I would consider is Heart Shuffle off, because I hate it.
That one's allowed also, whichever one you choose. Have you two talked about when you guys are having game?
She mentioned it in IRC. We hadn't discussed it before the race, but she's looking at Monday, and I'm pretty sure I'm open all day, so it'll probably be sometime on Monday.
With that, Unless you have any very definitely final thoughts, I think that's going to do it for us here. Probably. Yeah, I think so.
Just want to say congratulations to Bulleta for taking game 1. Good luck to you, Xarnax, in game 2. Thank you to Amasock behind the scenes for tracking. Thank you to CDM for the restream. We're going to go say hi to John Tabin. I was Dark Falls, Mateo was also 999. Thank you guys. We'll see you.
Thanks a lot, GG Bulleta. Thanks, guys, for all the volunteer work behind the scenes.
Thank you to everyone watching, and everyone stay safe out there.